Black families, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. I want to give a shout out to Black Ice TV. Make sure you watch it, support it. The news you can use, the information you can use. Youth, Pan-Africanism, economics, family, community. Make sure you support Black Ice TV because Dr. Umar Johnson does.
Is sacred. On the dive of a revolver is the basics. Rise like you're supposed to slip out the matrix. Still dumbstruck thinking this is entertainment. Escape to reality. Most lives I'll keep you raw.
Well, that's so goddamn it. Black Eyes TV 7 in the house. I'm sitting here with ISUBK's warriors, yeah, speakers, frontliners, the powerful Captain TAZAYACH and Captain CHAATAZA. I knew the name. I just need to check your rank. You understand? That's all. Brothers, we're here at Sarnetta's Uni event. Talk to us about the importance of unity in the community, the black community obviously, yeah. And after yesterday's Kemet, Hebrew coming together, speak to us the importance of having a moral code, yeah, and knowing how to act, a code of conduct.
Well, of course, I'm Captain, I was about to say Captain CHAATAZA. Of course, I'm Captain TAZAYACH of ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, and there's a reason he's the leader of this nation, and that's to bring about a moral compass that is needed amongst all black men, black women, black children. We have to have some type of moral authority that governs us. That's where that Bible comes into play. There are laws in there. When I saw that the event last night, the brother Gorilla Hebrew, he made an excellent point that CHAATAZA brought out, right? And he was bringing out the laws of Ma'at that they talk about we're supposed to have. What the laws of Ma'at don't have, it'll say, I have not stolen, or I have not stolen anything, right? But if you did steal, what's the punishment for that? There ain't, so in our law, if you steal, there's a punishment for that. If you commit adultery, there's a punishment. There's a reciprocity for it. Everything I'm saying, he said. All right, I don't want to take the credit for it. So, like, in those laws of Ma'at, there is nothing. So you're a Christian, because the Christians are the same way. The Christians have a law that tell you, but they break them all, and then they say, oh, Jesus loves everybody. And I'm assuming they must say Ma'at loves everybody. So there is no reciprocity. So it really, when they say in laws of Ma'at, to have a law, you have to have a punishment for breaking that law. They don't have a law or a punishment for breaking it, and so they have no law. That's where the Bible comes in, and what we have to understand is that if we're going to follow the Bible, then just put the Bible down or go back into the Christian church or something like that. If we're going to be Israelites and be followers of that Bible, then we have to follow it to a T. We have to be, like, Christ says, the baddest man on the planet is Yahweh Shah Mashiach. He was the baddest man, gave the greatest advice. He said a few things. He said, ye shall know the truth shall make you free. The truth hurts a lot of times when you tell people the truth, but it got to be said nonetheless. You understand? He also said, don't put your light under a candle to where it go, under a bed to where to go out, but let your light shine. That light that you're supposed to let shine is that discipline, that authority, that moral code, that moral compass, your whole being. So when you walk into the room and they see how you moving, they want to emulate that. And that emulation should bring about the betterment of the people, not the detriment. So we have to get back, you know what I'm saying, to that movement. That's the vibe. That's what I would hope things like these unity conferences is. Like, what makes this a good event is not is that I can get all these people in one room and I could drop the truth on them. That's what makes it great. So now when I get in there, y'all gonna hear me say I'm not debating no Kemet cats no more. Not at all, ever. And what I mean by that is, if they come in front of my camp or something like that, anybody can come in front of the camp and debate. But as far as me going into an Alhambra ballroom, a National Black Theater, setting up a debate to battle Kemet, I'm done. And the reason why I'm done is because I can't keep going back and forth over the same nonsense. I can't keep talking about the flood. Can't keep talking about who's the original man or God or woman or something like that. When we look at the time that we in, you got these riots in Virginia. You got police brutality. You got all of these different scenarios, and out of all the events and all the times I engaged Kemet never says, except one time, only one time has someone from the Kemetic side ever wanted to work with me. Only once. And when I mean work with me over a real issue. That was over child molestation. Only one time. Outside of that, every time they want to come and talk to me, for all the reverence they want to say, oh, Tazayac, we love the way you talk and move and all of that. After they say all of that, but this ain't real, that ain't real, this ain't real. None of them cats, when they converge to New York City, none of them bomb on the white man. None of them bomb on atrocities. None of them bomb on what's going on. They don't hit the streets. Every time they come up here to New York, they bash in the Bible. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping the unity, if they don't do it, that the people see that they're not doing it and they see us doing it. Because the one consistent theme that everybody hears from me is that I'm about black people, moral compass, us coming together. Even if in the beginning of that come together, you may not fuck with the Bible. You may not have the same level of understanding that I have. You ain't got to. But we should be able to at least have conversation as men and then grow from there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm all about. All right?
All right, Captain CHAATAZA. I know you've been challenged many times, and again, people's come at you personally about your beliefs, your heritage, and all of these angles. Why do you still want to build and come together with some of the people that, you know, have challenged you barefaced? Like earlier on, I saw you chopping out with Inky, and again, we've seen Inky in the past come to you, challenge you, but what keeps you strong and keeps you dealing with the RBG and the conscious community?
Yeah, it's good questions.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
You know, he went Cologne, that's why.
Right. I gotta say that it ties into the first question that you asked. You understand what it comes along with my moral code, which is in the scriptures, which the first thing is, there's something that we don't have in the black and Hispanic community. And one, that's forgiveness amongst each other. So because of that forgiveness, and because I was raised among warriors, because I was raised by Commanding General Yohana, all the generals, captains, Captain Tazayac, you know what I'm saying, everybody else on down, we're built differently. You know what I'm saying? So it's not personal. You know what I'm saying? Like last night with all the chaos and everything, and Captain Tazayac handing out, you know what I'm saying, a brotherly checking. You know what I'm saying? What you see there is, how can I explain this? It's just another day at the office. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help someone else's ignorance. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, you can't, as far as everything goes, you can't take something personal unless you're insecure about it. I don't have any insecurities. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I was saying this yesterday. If a woman gets mad at you and tries saying you got a small rod, if you're insecure, but then you fine. So you can't let the words of a bitter bitch get you down. What you do is just let a bitch talk, because that's all it is talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a show. And even when I talked to Inky, you know what I'm saying, I was like, now, I'm like, the only thing I can say to you is I'm offended at you trying to associate me with a race I don't associate with, especially when I've drawn the line. You understand? I've been honest about as far as both sides of my ethnicity, which according to the scriptures, you are what your father is. But at the end of the day, my point is that there's a lot of other people that's like me that might have had a father who's a black man and a mother who's a white woman, and grew up with confusion and not knowing what side of society they should fit in. So as a result, that's the beauty of the Bible. The Bible gives those people a home, and they need to understand that at ISUPK, you're going to have that home. See, we don't have color lines. We don't have light skin, dark skin. We don't have Dominican, Haitian. What we have is 12 tribes, 12 flavors, whatever your skin complexion is, how tall you are, short you are, whatever it is, you're accepted here, your family. And we look at all these brothers as just brothers. So as a result, that's why I can come here, still want to build with them, and hopefully fish them out of this darkness and let them know. Because once again, in the Pan-African world, you'll see a color line. you saw that color line with Dr. Umar went at Sarah Sutanseti, called him a white boy. You understand? Now, you don't see that among Ethiopians. There's dark-skinned Ethiopians, light-skinned Ethiopians, because they're not slaves. We're free men, which is why we don't have that color line. So as far as why I can come here, it's because of the moral code of conduct and forgiveness and brotherhood that's in the Bible that I learned from Commanding General Yohana.
And we're the fucking champs.
That's right.
Yeah?
Listen. Thank you again for blessing Black Eyes TV 7. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to meet you in person and to see you flex in person. Because again, there's a lot of misconceptions that come through the camera lens, innit? Yeah, on how you are, how your personalities are, how you carry yourself, whether or not you're associated with other groups. Yeah, and again, I think me personally, after meeting you, I've come to certain conclusions that, again, I may have been wrong about, just from viewing. So for that, I give you salutes and respects, you get me? And all I'd ask you to do now is just state your names and state that you're watching Black Eyes TV 7 as a shout out. Your name, and then this is Black Eyes TV 7.
Alright, no sweat. I'm Captain TAZAYACH. This is Black Ice TV 7. The brother allowed me to get on his camera, do an interview. While I'm here, I want to promote for those in America, in Harlem, New York City, we just established a new school. I want to give the address, the exact address on 124th Street. Bear with me 1 second, please. The address is 2279 3rd Avenue. It's right off of 124th Street, man. We about to open them doors this week. We got a school, so I want to big up again Black Ice TV. I'm Captain TAZAYACH of ISU BK. Shalom.
And once again, I'm Captain CHAATAZA, the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, and this is Black Ice TV 7. Subscribe, watch it, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell another friend, you heard?
Big up every time, lads.
And yo, niggas make a little pay, now they feel they made it. Still rock chains and whips, still on a slave ship. Our history is there and the rest can't change it. Schools don't teach it, seek it is sacred. Honor thy mother and father is the basics. Rise like you're supposed to slip out the matrix. Still dumbstruck thinking this is entertainment. Escape to reality, most lives are wasted. See, enough don't feel the same, that's why we're left grieving. Our resources stolen for street codes, we're bleeding. I'd rather die for freedom than live for bullshit. If you feel the same, holler at me, fam, and let's link. Many don't know the history, that's why their life's a mystery. If it ain't revolution, then it don't mean shit to me. All you seem to care about is gold chains and whips. We had that in abundance, locked in them slave ships. And before that, we had the whole globe in our grip. The belly of this song is the reason why we slipped. I'm a warrior like Hannibal, resurrect through my seed. The outcome's fanatical, straight mathematical. Sleepwalking, pure bullshit you're talking. Teach the next gen, see for them it's important, so they can break free from this degree of distraction. Bang on the beats, never lose your passion. And yo, niggas make a little pay, now they feel they made it. Still rock chains and whips, still on a slave ship. Our history is there and the rest can't change it. Schools don't teach it, seek it is sacred. Honor thy mother and father is the basics. Rise like you're supposed to slip out the matrix. Still dumbstruck thinking this is entertainment. Escape to reality, most lives are wasted.